Welcome back. In this week's Sedra, Miriam dies. The well of water, which has been providing liquid to the Jewish people for the last 40 years in Miriam's merit, dries up, and the rock where the water is coming out from disappears and relocates itself amongst all the other rocks. The Jewish people complain, they're thirsty. Moshe and Aaron go to Hashem. Hashem says, gather your staff, make sure all the Jewish people surround Miriam's rock, speak to the rock, water will come out. The purpose will be, says Hashem, the Jewish people will learn a rock is inanimate, yet it listens to the voice of Hashem and produces water. All the more so the Jewish people should listen to Hashem's voice. Moshe Rabbeinu gathers all the Jewish people, but he can't find Miriam's rock. The Jewish people anger Moshe. They say to him, why do you need Miriam's rock? Produce water from any rock. Moshe gets angry and calls them rebels and says, no, Hashem said it has to be Miriam's rock. Finally, he comes across a rock which he thinks is Miriam's rock. He speaks to the rock and no water comes out. This is because it is the wrong rock. Moshe Rabbeinu then takes out his stick. Just before he hits the rock, a miracle takes place without Moshe knowing about it. The real rock takes the place of the fake rock. Moshe now hits Miriam's rock. A trickle of water comes out. Moshe Rabbeinu then hits it a second time, and floods of water come out. Hashem is angry. Why did you hit the rock when I told you to speak to the rock? As a result, Moshe and Aaron have to die and don't go into Eretz Yisrael. The Meforshim ask, what was Moshe and Aaron's Aveira? Some of them say the Aveira was the fact that they got angry and they called the Jewish people rebels. Others say the fact that he hit the rock and didn't speak to the rock. I would like to suggest a different approach. It's one thing that Moshe Rabbeinu hit the rock. After all, he spoke to it and nothing came out. However, if Moshe would have stopped after the first time he hit the rock and a trickle of water came out, and he would have questioned, I spoke to the rock, no water came out. I hit the rock, a trickle of water came out. What's going on? Obviously, when I spoke to the rock, it was the wrong rock. That's why nothing happened. When I hit the rock, obviously it was the right rock, and therefore a trickle of water came out. Maybe I should try speaking again to this rock that I just hit. If Moshe Rabbeinu would have stopped and done that, then the Chilul Hashem would have been minimized, and maybe the severe punishment wouldn't have taken place. Instead, maybe Moshe's Aveira was that after the first hitting, he carried on and hit it a second time. The lesson for all of us is, in life we make mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable. However, the difference between a good person and a bad person isn't necessarily one who makes a mistake to one who makes no mistakes. The difference is a good person stops after the mistake, thinks, and doesn't carry on. Sometimes our challenge in life is to do this. The problems start when we make the mistake, we don't stop, and we carry on and repeat the mistake a second time. Have a good Shabbat.